Okay, so it really just isn't greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm going to post this as an introduction to a Pac Laughs Now video and a video on Pockets of the Future. Again, my main channel is Pockets of the Future for those people who are, unwilling or unable to leave Apocalypse Now. The majority of my content is on Pockets of the Future. The same content, basically. I wanted to try to make this channel viable and be like something where I can post here a day or two a week, and then maybe take a day or two off on the Pockets of Future channel. The problem is they just don't pay me as much money. So this is, I reposted a video on the 19th of June, and that was my first video. And that video received, as you can see here, this is it received 3,000 views when I came back here, and it got 67 comments. The next video went down to 1,800 views, then 500 views, then 682 views. And this one is not, I haven't, I'll make that public today. Today's Sunday, June 29th. And that's, the problem with that is that even a video got 3,000 views, which is similar to what I'm getting on Pockets of the Future. It only made $7.85. You hear that these are making I'm not posting any videos, and the channel makes like a penny or two, 10 cents, 7 cents, 5 cents, less than 10 cents a day. And then it went up to $7.85, which is, abysmal. So they're not running quality ads. They're not running quality ads on Pockets of the Future, like high-paying ads. And it's even worse here at Apocalypse Now. Either they're not running any ads at all or whatever it is. So even if I get the same amount of views, which I'm not, they're not going to pay me nearly as much. And I don't know how long I don't know if that can be reversed. Whatever reason, I got community guidelines strike here recently, not recently, but whatever it was, they just changed the way they were monetizing this channel. And you can see here it went up to $10.52, and then down to $3.56, $1.30, 76 cents. These are days I posted videos, $2.92. So I'm making $3 to post a video. It's just not worth my time and energy. And when I'm just a little bit overwhelmed because I'm doing more things, and it's nice out, and whatever it is. So and it goes to show you if I take a break from my channel, viewers will disappear because YouTube isn't going to notify people. So people will come and see that I'm not posting content, and then they'll just disappear unless people go there regularly on their own. So I'm fighting a losing battle overall. This was one of the ideas of ChatGPT or Gemini or both, but it's just not working. Like, I can maybe start a new channel, but then I got to get 10,000 subscribers in. I have to come up with a theme for the channel, and then I have to, all of it. It's a big pain in the ass for me to do. And so, I have to get monetized, and then I have to, whatever. And so, and it's still associated with the same email address, so I don't think it'll make much of a difference. I have a different email address. So I can put a, totally new channel up. But I just, that kind of clerical work just sucks the life out of me. And so, with the dwindling views and all this stuff, this is this 500 views, 600 views. There's just less people coming in, and either they're not notifying or people just whatever. But it just doesn't make much sense. So I'm gonna post one more video that I'm in the process of making. This video here for you guys on Apocalypse Now. Like I said, I'm going to include this little clip on both my channels. But it's, YouTube's algorithms put you in a certain category, and I don't know how to get out of those categories or what you could do, but there's probably, I haven't been able to find a way. And I don't know if anybody else has. Like I've searched, and people try to game the algorithms and whatever it is, but it's pretty punitive and whatever. It's like regressive. So, anyways, that's just the latest. I mean, it just doesn't seem like it makes much sense to keep on posting here when it's just extra work for me. Two different channels to. I mean, I'm still posting a lot on Gratefullness meditation, and now I'm putting stuff up on Spotify, which I'll show everybody. I guess it's just I have to put up a Spotify channel on some other place where I'm not signed in, and I'm not even sure how Spotify works. It's not monetized over there, and anyways, I'll show people that some next week or something. But anyways, that's where I am right now, and it's just it's what I realized last time. They just don't pay me as much money for the same amount of views, and like that's if you think about Pockets of the Future channel is not in good standing with YouTube. Like it's not a premium channel or even like, second tier or third tier. It's probably like a fourth or fifth tier channel. Apocalypse Now is a couple tiers below that, right? Or whatever it is. And so that, that's where we're at. So anyways, that's just going to be what it is. And then I'll maybe post a few more videos here just to, but it doesn't seem very hopeful. Because if they're not recommending these videos, my videos on Pockets of the Future, if they're not making it into their search engines and they're not recommending it to new viewers, they're not going to recommend this channel either. I mean, even less so, right? Okay, greetings, brothers and sisters. This was William J. Smith, and he has something to tell you.
I like pretty girls.
He likes pretty girls. So his long-term assistant came out and gave this interview and said that he caught Will Smith getting the business from behind from his longtime rumored male lover. And, this was consistent with a lot of other things that I've shown you over the years about Will Smith probably being at least bisexual. But now he wants everyone to know he likes pretty girls. In this really horrific rap song. And, if you have to say something like this, after so many years, chances are that you are trying to hide something.
Thoroughly probed. Got in there and got to the real stuff. Alex probed me. Sex, like once you've had sex, you walk different. It's in your back. Only a man knows what a man needs.
You ever made love to a man? No. You want to?
No, sir. Definitely don't look nerdy. You got some sexy vibes going. It's not nerdy. And from that point, I never put profanity in my rap music.
Oh, what a lovely story. That is sweet.
These are dancing ghosts that people have in Pakistan that walk in a very, I don't know why they walk like that, but they do. It's almost like they're wearing high heels. This has a song to it, but that would be copyrighted. The song makes it a little bit better. But anyways, the Pakistani dancing ghosts. I thought this was AI, but it's not.
There was a study recently that looked at removing certain ingredients from beauty and personal care products. So women without any history of breast cancer were asked to remove these ingredients from their products for 28 days. So that's very short. 4 weeks, right? They took cells from the breast tissue. They were all normal. They measured the amount of breast cancer gene expression. After 28 days, they took another sample. So after 28 days of removing these ingredients, they took another sample and they saw that the breast cancer gene expression dropped. And the only thing that they were asked to change about their lifestyle was to remove these ingredients from their beauty and personal care products.
Which makes total sense. I mean, again, I don't have any way to verify this. But wouldn't they be giving women shit that causes breast cancer and products just for women, right? Intentionally or not. So somebody sent me this like a month ago. Right? I'm just getting to it now. So ChatGPT or me and I don't know who's doing this, but this is the people and their imaginary AI friend. So their AI boyfriend, I guess, in this case.
Sometimes when I'm bored, I buy cameos and I just write the craziest prompt that I can think of. And this is one that I just sent to the Island Boys. Hi, Island Boys. My daughter Chloe is a big fan of you. She's 19 and just got her first yeast infection. Can you give her a pep talk about how this means she's a real woman now?
Hey, Chloe, I heard you're a big fan of the Island Boys. So, yeah, you an island girl. I heard you're dealing with your first yeast infection. You feel embarrassed. Yeah, it's a very normal thing. It happens all the time. Do not be ashamed of it. Let me tell you something. I've dated girls that had yeast infections like 10, 11 times in a matter of a month.
One of my viewers sent me this. In a matter of a month, what's the common denominator here? What's there's yeast infections going around. 10, 11 different girls all have it. And they're all dating one guy.
It happens. A yeast infection is very normal. Do not be embarrassed. Just don't tell people about it. It's okay. Just tell someone that you trust, and that's pretty much it. And get it fixed, and that's that. And it'll go away. It's not something that's permanent. It's just something very temporary, and it's part of life. You're gonna get things. Things are gonna happen. Things are gonna come your way, but you should be thankful it's just a yeast infection, love.
I mean, let me tell you, there's much worse things than yeast infections. Let me tell you. You're lucky it's just a yeast infection. Like if I go to the doctor and they say it's just a yeast infection, I'm like, woo!
It's nothing at all. Take that big step. Be that big girl like you are, Chloe. That beautiful island girl you are. And be amazing. Don't worry about no yeast infection, please. It goes away. You know how many girls I know that have yeast infections? I didn't laugh at them. It's nothing.
I don't know all of them. I think maybe all the girls you know have yeast infection. At least knowing all the girls you know in the biblical sense have one. And so that's just great. I think one of the Island Boys went to jail for a while. I don't know what's going on with them. One of them had a baby. I mean, it's just, I gotta, I've kept up with the Island Boys. Dogs are evolving into something else, and it's happening faster than we thought. Not much here. Somebody sent me this. And I don't know what this is all about here, but it is said in the Whispers of the Brighter World that when there's a raising of consciousness and evolution that happens for people, other species on this planet will be affected, and they'll gain levels of comprehension and human, like whatever it is, like, and they'll go next level. So maybe that's a possibility. Who knows? But whatever, maybe they can do a better job. Okay, Lizzo reveals her secret to her slim down and finally sets the record straight on Ozempic use. Spoiler alert: she used it. And I tried everything, she says. Now, I guess there she is there. There were some pictures. I think these were out for a while. So let's go to the video here.
You the real tea and really acted how we really acted, y'all would be so offended. Yeah, Ariel would want to give everything away to be with me. She'd be like, you know what? I don't need a voice. I only wanted Domino's because of you.
Oh my God. How the rainforest cafes are being shut down, but I was like, what about the rainforest? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what is happening?
Wow, what's happening? What is happening? Let's get to the Ozempic stuff here.
They'd be like, can I get a picture with you? And I'll be like, what are you going to do with it? Like, what's the caption going to say? Like,
yes,
this fucking fat chaha. Like, I don't know. Like, am I being trolled? Yeah, it's the high school boys.
Can I tell you that's happening in real life? Like, out of a car. They're like, roll your window down, roll your window. And I did. And they're literally high school kids. And like, you fat are Like, and I was just like, and I called Moses. I'm like, I'm gonna follow them home. Like, that's crazy because they were like young punks, and I was like, that's insane. Yeah, so it does happen. I mean, it's happened one time, but like, it's a real fear.
My nail popped off.
Whoa.
You want some glue?
My nail tech is in Japan, so I got tape on. Right?
If you need tape, we have some. If you need them,
we're okay for now. Until we start eating and I eat one of them off.
Yeah, that happens. That would be happening.
Oh.
So now, okay, not to like get fully into it because you talk about it in every single interview, but you talk about your weight release.
Yes.
And do you still have those feelings of, like you said, like if someone like points at you or something, you still think, is it because I'm bigger?
Yeah, because I'm still in a bigger body. I'm just not as big as I was. So
Okay, so, you know, her being obsessed with her losing weight, right? This whatever it is here. You know, now her big brand was that being obese is beautiful and it's great. And she was, you know, throwing it in everybody's face and, you know, saying that everyone else is, you know, wrong about health. I mean, it's mostly a health thing, right? You know, people are more concerned about what they look like, but, you know, you're killing yourself. I mean, when you're overweight, when you're obese, you're shortening your life expectancy and just going to, you know, have lots of health issues. You're turning like 30 and you're going to have chronic health issues from your 20s all the way through your 30s, and it's just going to get worse and worse, right? And it's going to affect the way that you live, and it's just not, you know, it shouldn't be, right? Like obesity just is, you know, it's one of those things that shouldn't be. It's just, you know, it's in a way an unnatural thing. You know, based in our unnatural food system. You know, there's a great TED Talk, it's called The Great Porn Experiment with Gary Wilson. It's probably about 15 years old now. And it talks about the binge mechanism. He's talking about porn. But, you know, we have these binge mechanism in us, all, you know, mammals. And some of the binge things are sugar and fat. You don't come across sugar and fat. You know, sugar, like most fruit is not that sweet when it hasn't been cultivated. And, you know, the sugar that we grow and all this stuff, the sweeteners, they're all processed. And, you know, if you're eating sugar cane, it's not nearly as sweet until you process it. You got to squeeze the sugar juice out of it. And so if you ever had some sugar cane, you're not, and it's a little bit sweet. It's actually good for your teeth, or this is what, you know, that's what they say. It has minerals in it and things. You know, it's a cane, like a bamboo cane, except it's not as hard. And, you know, sugar and fat aren't that readily available. You know, sugar is energy and fat can also be energy. And, you know, animals, when they come across it, that's why you see milk and things like this. And, you know, animals come across those things, they binge them. They binge on them. But we've developed ways to extract fat and very unhealthy fat and sugar from the environment. And now we have hyper-sweet food, hyper-sweet fruit and things like that that's not nearly, you know, most fruit is not nearly as sweet as the fruits that you get now that are cultivated. And because of that, people are getting obese. And so, you know, there's this, you know, element to an unnaturalness to our food system. And that's making people into something that they shouldn't be. And it, you know, it drastically affects your health and, you know, your appearance too. You have this, you know, you're lugging around all this extra weight. I mean, it doesn't, you know, it looks unnatural. And so her big thing was to make fat normal and say, you know, because now there's so many kids that are obese. But as soon as she got a chance, she took Ozempic or whatever else. She's tried all these things. And now she's ruining her gut with all those, you know, it's taking something that's artificial, like a pharmaceutical drug, to deal with an artificial problem that's created by a shitty food system that has cancer and heart disease, aisles full of food with cancer, you know, they have cancer and heart disease in all these foods, carcinogens and things that affect your health and turn, you know, obesity and diabetes and the rest of it. But the reason I'm covering this is she's reversed her position because she was always trying to say fat was beautiful, big was beautiful, but deep down she wants to lose weight, right? And should want to because at the very least for the health reasons. So it's Sunday morning here, Sunday, June 29th. I started this video last night. You know, it's just extra shit I have to do to do stuff on Apocalypse now. But I'm going through it, and, I feel kind of like if stuff comes up like this, like the Will Smith, I made so many videos about him, at least being bisexual, if not, gay or whatever. I made a lot of videos with that as part of it, so I got some memes and stuff, and I, didn't bother to go get them. And then the Island Boys is kind of an ongoing story. That's kind of funny. And then this thing with Lizzo, which I covered in 4, 5, 6 videos about this whole, it's not a real thing when she's trying to tell you how great it is to be obese and how it's natural and beautiful in these things. And then as soon as she gets a chance to take Ozempic, she does. So these are all things I covered, but like I have just no interest in it. I mean, it's like the world is burning right now, and like the celebrity stuff was so much like, so 5 years ago, right? So, I mean, it's, and it doesn't really, I don't get rewarded for it like I used to do, where it gets a lot of views because they don't recommend my channel to other people. So just low energy, like I just don't want to go into the celebrity world when there's just no energy into it for me. And there's no reward. But anyways, it's just, things are getting real, right? Things are getting real in the world. Anyways, let's wrap this one up here. Only spirituality will save this world. It's power model, definitely important for the apocalypse and the ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.